Hey everyone, welcome back to Twin Theme. It's Yoli, and today I'm making tips for furnishing and decoring. My sister made tips for the outside, so I'm here with tips for the inside of your houses. Tip number one: cheats. First, before starting building, you should enter this cheat so it will be easier to build. First, open the command bar with Ctrl-Shift-C and write bb.moveObjects. With this cheat, you'll be able to place objects wherever you want. bb.showHiddenObject and bb.showListEditObjects will help you to have more choice of objects. These objects are objects that you'll see in the game, but they aren't available on build mode, for example, plates. And for finding those objects, you can easily go in here in whatever, and you can see those objects that are like the book. But for searching them and designs, I don't know how to call them, and search the book, and then there you go. In here you have so many options of objects like plates or all the stuff. So if you would like to have more precision when placing objects, keep the Alt key pressed while placing the objects. For example, we are gonna place a couch. So normally you will place the objects like this by the squares, in here. But if you press Alt, you have more precision when placing them. But it's different when you want to place something on a table, for example. Let's take a table, for example this table, and placing something on it. For example, we're going to take this, and as you guys can see, you are limited. With the bb.moveObjects, what it does is that when you take out this, it's at the same level of the table, so you can easily just place it there and then put the table in here, and then there it is. So you can place all the objects first in here and then take them in there, and you can have more precision while placing them like this, and then you put the table again. So what I'm trying to say is that you should put the objects first and then the table, so it'll be easier. But you can also, with the bb.moveObjects, you can press 9 and you get them up, so you can actually place them on the window, I don't know. And 0 to put them down. You can always size them up or size them down with this case, up and down. But for some people it does work, but it doesn't work for me. It just works with this case. But yeah, that's all. The second tip is color palette. You must have a white color palette since colors are very limited. And having a white color palette will not only make it easier to choose the swatches, but also make it look more realistic. That you can choose the colors, or you can definitely just choose a wallpaper and a flooring and then see what matches with it, which is what I do sometimes. But I sometimes just choose the colors I want to use. Actually choose a color palette so you know what you are searching for, what color do you want, and what swatches you would like to use. You can always test how it looks with the wallpaper. If it's a counter, I recommend you to not be the same thing as the wallpaper. So for that, you can choose another swatch, one that looks different to the wallpaper. Like this, I feel like it looks good with the wallpaper color. Yeah, that's my kitchen. I was testing what color looked right. There are swatches in the theme, so some swatches doesn't even look good with others, so you should go trying, and from there you start and you will have your color palette. Our third tip is choose a style for the entire house. Wouldn't it look strange if you have like your kitchen have a bohemian style, your living room a vintage style, your bedroom a modern style, and your bathroom a gothic style? You should choose one and just one style for the entire house. It can be bohemian, gothic, modern, vintage, classic, urban, old, Mediterranean, industrial, and you should make all the house with that style. What I'm doing right now is that I'm making a type of Iceland style or tropical style or beachy style. I don't know, but that's why I made this kitchen this way and also the wallpaper that way. So this takes me to the fourth tip, which is know your packs. My sister said this in the last video about building tips on the outside, and I'm going to say it again. It'll be easier if you know which style came with which pack, so you can easily filter it. For example, Pad A, Eco Lifestyle, Tiny Living, Bowling Night, and City Living for a modern house, and so on. So if you know this, you can easily choose the style you want to work with and filter the packs that go well with it. But if you just have base game, well, then know what base game comes with. For example, base game comes with modern, Mediterranean, and classic style for houses. Right now, as you guys can see, I'm making an Iceland house, and I'm using Iceland Living for it, so you can see that I'm filtering Iceland Living. I filtered for the counters. The fifth tip is to fill your house. If you fill your house, it will look more realistic and also prettier. Don't forget to use the book. I said this at the start of this video, but I'm going to say it again. For this, open the comment bar, Ctrl Shift C, and write bb.show hidden objects and bb.show lifted objects. The cheats will be left in the description, and if you only have base game, this will help a lot. The next tip is decor the walls. Put frames, posters, anything, but if your wall looks empty, believe me, it doesn't look as good as if it wasn't empty. So I'm going to do that at the end. Now don't let big empty spaces. This one is hard because sometimes nothing fits on that empty space we want to fill. That's why making big houses is a problem. What I'm saying is that you should try to fill that space. Sometimes big spaces that have nothing on them doesn't look good, so it's better to fill those spaces. Next tip, take inspiration. You can be inspired by the pre-designed rooms, Google Image, or the gallery. I have taken a lot of inspiration from pre-designed rooms, and it has helped me a lot. This helps me get inspired, and thanks to the pre-designed rooms, the gallery, and Google Image, I have been able to have more inspiration for my constructions. As you guys can see, we can filter Iceland Living on this, and we can find really good, pretty nice rooms like this. Look. this bathroom, you can take inspiration by this thing and also that looks pretty cool. That's how I normally take inspiration from pre-designed rooms. You can also search rooms, modern rooms if you're making a modern house, on the gallery, and you will find so much things that will help you to get inspired for making your house. The ninth one is explore the objects. You will discover new objects that you probably like too. This way you will have more options for your constructions, more objects to use, filter island living, and show off. For example, this one, I have never seen that or I have never used that, but it's so beautiful and I feel like I should use that more often. Find things that you have never seen before. So you can see that iPhone Living comes with a lot of things that I normally don't use, but some of them are actually really, really cute for making your houses, and that will help you a lot. You can also filter more packs and search on them, and search what they come from, and that's how you explore the objects basically. And the 10th one is get out of your comfort zone. This tip is the most important. Last tip will make this tip easier. If you explore the objects, you will probably discover new stuff that you have never used. Don't use the same thing over and over. Try something new. That's what you should do. Search the objects that you like and use them because you have never used them before. Why wouldn't you use them now? So what are you waiting for? I just want to say an extra tip is that you need to be confident. This is an extra tip, but an important one. This one is a general tip. Don't criticize yourself on your builds. Everyone have their own style. Instead of saying it ain't that good, say it ain't that bad. Motivate yourselves. You can always get better, and you just need to practice. So, those are all the tips. I just made the kitchen and dining room, and I'll be finishing this house and probably publishing in the gallery and also on Twitter. So go check out our Twitter that is in the description. Also follow us, and yeah, that's what's all. Bye.